I'm Stacy Franklin, and this is Travis Franklin with Artisan Design Concepts. And today we are going to show you how to apply the SP Elite Matte Top Coat. Okay, so we've mixed up 15 ounces, and I'm actually going to pour out a ribbon just like that. We're going to prime our roller into it. Travis is going to go ahead and start doing the rock edge for me. And I'm going to add more material as I go. I just want to see how much I need so I don't accidentally pour too much. Right now, it's just about getting it out. Now, in previous videos, you might have seen me do a dip and roll. And we found that with some practice, this was the best option. It gave me better control of how much material was going on and just generally worked better. We are using 3/8 inch nap rollers, 6 inch. And my job right now is to just get the material out. It's not about lines or looking pretty. I'm putting a decent amount of pressure just to get it out. I have the best light I can see with. And you just want to cut through your ribbon, okay? So you saw I poured it out. I'm just getting it out. You can do it different directions like this because I'm going to back roll this, wet back roll. And then Travis is going to come through and do 3 dry rolls. And 3 not in the same direction, but he's going to cross hatch it. It does take some practice. So we always recommend that you do this on some larger samples first before you decide to do it on a big counter, just so you know how it's going to work. It typically works just fine on a little, 2 square foot board. And you don't want to have any issues when you come to something like this that's over 30 square feet. So as you can see, I'm just getting it out, making sure my roller goes over that rock edge. And so we don't have any peekaboos. I can tell it was a little dry at the beginning, but my wet roller is going to compensate for that. And I may add just a little more product down there before I do the back roll. You kind of want to saturate, but not oversaturate. The goal is just get it out, make sure you have enough material. So when whoever's helping you do your back roll, you want to make sure that they have enough material on the surface so that way it's not dry and you have some pickups and lap lines. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do a regular back roll, starting over here, getting it ready for Travis. I'm going to add just a hair more material in this corner because I could tell it was a little drier because my roller was also dry. Okay, so I'm going to go straight. He's going to do the same direction right behind me, and then he's going to cross hatch and then finish this way. Why don't you tell him about the pressure you're using?
Just very lightly pressure. With the old UTC, we used to just let it glide. So we're just kind of putting enough pressure to make sure that we get a good application. This is a thicker nap roller, so a little pressure won't hurt. And it's already looking pretty good, but I'm still going to go crosshatch this several times.
It's really a judgment call on how much you back roll, right? So if you do one roll like that and it looks great and you really can't see any issues with it, you can leave it.
The only issues you're really going to see that requires back rolling is like little bubbles.
Little bubbles and some separation of the material. Sometimes the roller is what's going to help make that material start to coagulate to each other, and in case you see any lap lines. And so you don't want to over roll it because then you get a really strange texture. But if you do it the right amount, it should look like a stipple versus an orange peel. So I'm done with mine. I'm going to grab his roller and make sure that the front edge is looking good. And then when he is totally done, we will use his roller to dry roll the front edge. But we don't want to do that first because it will leave indents on his roller.
Whenever I'm done with this end, I'm going to go back to the original starting point. I'm going to start a crosshatch pattern. Just like that. So you're following me over here.
I'm just coming around doing the back side, so you can focus on him.
So I'm just kind of taking off like an airplane because this is a wing nut counter. So I really just kind of want to flare it up.
Now, if you get in a little closer with your camera there, go ahead and get in closer. Just walk closer. Keep going.
My awesome nephew, Nathaniel, has joined the Artisan team for a couple days while he was down here fishing with me.
So if you can maybe see on the camera, zoom in a little bit for me onto the surface, you can kind of see some little bubbles. See with the light, like right around here? That's what he's working on getting rid of. As he goes over it, those bubbles start to go away. All right, back to him.
So see how this wing nut, I'm just cutting it in a lateral pattern. So if I come back and cut a little diagonal, it looks like based on the form, I'm still doing a crosshatch.
Make sure you use your small roller and go under your drop edge.
And this one I'll start the same way. You can start seeing that steeple look pretty good. Now on like the third or fourth drywall, it'll start looking pretty decent. You still got to trust the process too. So here I am back, another straightforward. I'm just going to go front and back this time with about a 20% overlap.
That looks beautiful. So I can see, looking really close, like with our light the way it is, I can see that stipple's looking good. The bubbles are gone. Everything is looking uniform. Very happy with this.
And since I'm going front to back again, she'll want to do another check on the front. Make sure the edge looks good.
I'm also going to pull a sample board around for us to top coat when you're done because I got extra material.
And coming into this angle here, I'm just going to kind of start going with the angle a little bit. That way whenever we straighten out to another lateral run, I'll be right on line. How's that looking from there?
Looks good.
So front and back over each other with a 20 to 30% overlap on the next run. Yeah, very minimal pressure. I'm not letting it glide like we used to do on the old UTC. It's like I'm just putting enough pressure as if you never knew what you were doing to begin with.
I still see some of the little bumps.
So I'll come back over and I'll do one more.
But the same direction. I don't want you to go the other way.
So that'll be a fourth dry roll that we've done.
Right. But he's also moving with a pretty good speed. So it's not setting up because, you know, we're not taking our sweet time here. But that's why it's good to have an extra person to be your eyes and go, okay, the texture's a little bit bumpy. It's looking pretty good, but there's little teeny tiny bumps that with one more dry roll, it should look great. And it helps the texture that much more. Same pressure. Nice and light. So I would say nice light. Yeah, beautiful.
Now this one, I'll do a little less pressure than I was doing before. Yeah. Because theoretically, this is going to be my last dry roll. But if I notice a bunch of micro bubbles popping up, I might just come back over here and do another run.
I wouldn't. Not at this stage. So I can see what he can't see and that it looks really good. And if he tried one more time, it may create lap lines. So there's sort of, I can hear, you hear the roller? That's what you want to hear, that little sticky part. That means there's not too much material. He's removing just the right amount at the right pressure to be able to leave a really nice finish. Now, there are times where when I walk away, I swear I see lap lines and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's going to be lap lines on this counter.
Come back the next day, nothing.
Nothing. So as long as you follow this process, you'll be golden.
I think this will look pretty good tomorrow morning.
I really do too. I can already tell it looks fantastic. And it's already starting to matte down, and you'll see it really matte down after the next day. So tomorrow it'll be fully matte. You'll need to use your dry roller for the front edge. Okay?
Yeah, I was going to do that.
You want me to roll the sample board?
So this is kind of
before
like
you do the rock?
offloading enough material and dispersing it evenly enough on the roller that I can actually use this as a finishing dry roll for the front edge, because I'm not going to touch any more flat surface with it. So running it over a rock edge would be a good idea.
I'm going to roll out this sample board too, because I have enough material.
I'm just kind of getting under a little bit, coming around. So I'll kind of hit the transition right here, and I'll just ride this all the way around, and I'll come back in the front. And then I'll do the underside transition a little bit. That way we got nice rolling coverage on the top, middle, and bottom. And I'll come over here, get this.
You gonna do this one for me too?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So this is a white sample board. We're so into doing white now. We wanted to have a sample board to show how awesome it was.
Actually, a customer requested this. So this is for a customer who wants just white counters and wanted to see what it looked like. You have some weird little fuzzies in there.
Oops.
Uh-oh. With your dirty fingers. Want me to re-roll it wet?
Yeah. Well, we can play with the sample all day with this stuff if we want. It's looking good now.
Yeah. Do the edges for me.
Oh.
Oh, don't do it. It's fine. That's fine. It's a sample. Leave it. Leave it.
I don't know. My OCD's catching up to me.
Okay, slow down with your OCD.
It's supposed to be white.
Okay, it is white. All right. I think that's good. That's good. All right, so is that easy, guys? Hope this helps, and let us know if you have any questions. And this is what it looks like today. Beautiful matte finish. I'll try to show you up close. There's no texture to actually be seen, no lap lines. This turned out absolutely gorgeous. I'm very happy with it.